Great, so we should get started. Hi, welcome. My name is Annie Zakauskas. I am the Associate Director of Admissions at Thayer Academy. I'm also the head varsity girls lacrosse coach at Thayer. I am a graduate of Thayer, and I am also the current parent of a 5th grade student athlete at Thayer. We are excited to welcome all of you tonight to Athletics at Thayer. We're really excited to have all of you with us this evening as we take a closer look at our athletics programs and all that we have to offer through athletics at Thayer. Our hope is that this program will offer a more in-depth look at the philosophy behind Thayer athletics, and we are thrilled to welcome a variety of panelists this evening that include current student athletes at Thayer alumni that are currently playing sports collegiately, and an outstanding group of current varsity coaches. Before we begin with the actual program, I do want to quickly acknowledge that we have a wide range of guests with us this evening. We have families that are visiting us tonight who are exploring Thayer Academy grades 5 through 11, essentially. And we're so excited about that. But while tonight will certainly spotlight our upper school athletics experiences, we are really pleased to welcome our middle school families that are in attendance as well. Hopefully you all will receive a more long-term look and feel for our athletics programs and the amazing experiences that our student athletes receive. I will add that our middle school athletics program serves as an excellent feeder program to our high school sports team. We are so fortunate to offer a wide range of sports every season in our middle school. Our middle school athletes are out there every day, learning, participating, competing, and discovering quite a bit of success together along the way. So I know that I speak on behalf of all of our varsity head coaches when I say that as a coaching staff, at every level, we work as a team. I am in frequent communication with my middle school coaches, with my JV coaches, so to ensure that our programs are consistently developing and preparing our individual athletes and our teams together. So again, we're really looking forward to bringing many Thayer Academy voices and experiences together this evening for all of you. So let's get started. I'll begin by introducing our athletic director, Rick Forrestaire.
Thanks, Annie. Good evening, everybody. Much rather be in person live, but this is the world we're in right now. I would just say, I know it's been difficult times for everybody, and especially in the world of athletics, it's been overall, quite a bit frustrating for us and our program. To have lost our spring season and most of the fall, and the uncertainty of the winter has been tough. But we'll harp on that. Hopefully when you all attend Thayer, we'll no longer be in COVID and be able to get back to normal operations. I will say, though, that you've got some great panelists for the students and former students going to speak. And I can't thank them enough during all this, how positive they've all remained and how much the spirit they've shown. We had senior day this past Saturday, and though it wasn't the real thing, it was pretty close, and I just can't thank them for that. And how much in my 6th year now with Thayer, I've enjoyed seeing the kids play and what they do at all the different levels, and watch their successes and failures, and then moving on to the next level. And those are all the things that we hope we can help these kids achieve who come to the academy. I would just say the first thing is, I'm sure you all have, make sure, I can't go over everything in the athletic department, it would take forever, but make sure you go to the website. We really take pride in the website. You'll hear from Brad Peterson at the end, who'll be running the alumni panel. And Brad is one of my associates, and he does a phenomenal job keeping the website for us. So it's something really appreciate if you would navigate, look at that, see what we offer, our requirements, all kinds of fun things are on there. And if you have any questions, you could always shoot me an email at any time, and I'll answer all questions for you. we're, as you know, Thayer is a proud member of the Independent School League, and our overall governing body is NEPSAC, the New England Prep School Athletic Council. We're proud members of both. I feel the Independent School League overall, top to bottom, is the best league in the Northeast. All levels of sport and the variety of sport, girls and boys, are just at the highest level. I would say I've been really blessed in my time. I know you're not having on-campus tours, but if you haven't been there, I'm sure you've seen the virtual stuff regarding our facilities. But in my time, I've been extremely blessed with tremendous support from administration, board of trustees, et cetera, the coaching staff, that we have really done a lot to Thayer athletics in my time. And that was one of the big reasons why I left my former school that I was at for quite a long time, but it was an interesting challenge. And just to name some things, what we've done in that period of time, we have a new grass baseball field, a new softball field, new grass soccer pitch, 2 turf fields on campus now that house primarily soccer, field hockey, and lacrosse. One of them also has a full turf baseball diamond on it. By the way, I'm also the baseball coach, so if you have any baseball questions, feel free to email me right away. We just redid our track. You'll be hearing from our track coach a little bit later. We put an outdoor pavilion in that we can serve food out of, and also has 2 outdoor bathrooms. We recently did over our fitness center. It came out great with the help of a lot of people, and especially the input of our 2 strength and conditioning coaches. And then the big thing, we have also added 2 new team rooms on the lower level to help our teams for film work and meetings and things like that. And then we obviously opened up last winter the Thayer Sports Center, which is about a mile from campus. You'll see Brad Peterson. That's where he's located right now. He might comment on it when he comes on. But it's a spectacular building. There's a field house with 4 tennis courts, 4 basketball courts, indoor hospitality room, snack bars. We also had the rink, which is state-of-the-art rink, premium seating, scoreboards, a sheet and a half of ice, our own locker rooms, athletic training space, a weight room. It's pretty awesome. So if you haven't seen it and you're into hockey or tennis or basketball, I recommend you head down there. We also have at that location 1 more outdoor turf field and 4 more outdoor tennis courts. So again, our facilities right now are second to none. Our kids can do what they need to do to be the best they can be and feel good about what we're doing as a program and feeling good about themselves. And the coaches have everything they need to do what they need to do their best to make sure we're building strong programs. I would like to talk about quick, the middle school program. The middle school program is a 5-day-a-week program, Monday through Thursday, typically a practice days. It basically runs from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and on Fridays is their typical game day. There is no weekend activity for middle school athletics, so it allows kids who are playing outside to have their weekends free. But we do get a lot done at the middle school level. We have different levels of that. We have A, B teams. We basically offer at the middle school level almost everything we do at the high school level. The kids there, we want all kids to be able to participate. If a kid wants to play soccer, they can play soccer. There's no, not being able to experience that. And that helps us transition the middle school kids. It's great because all of their athletics are actually involved with the upper school facilities. So, and a lot of times, a lot of the middle school coaches also coach at the upper school level. So it's really a great opportunity that helps the kids in the middle school connect with the upper school. So when they make that walk across the street, it's not as intimidating. So we really liked how that works. In the upper school, same thing. We obviously strive to have very strong varsity programs, but we have JV programs, 13 programs. We just want kids to participate. We have a wide range of offerings. No kid cannot participate. Will ever not be given the opportunity to participate in a sport that they so choose. I can't guarantee you what level, obviously, but we will provide that experience. We also, like I say, offer strength and conditioning. We have a yoga program. And it's just one of those things where we just want to have kids come out and participate and be part of our program. I'll tell you this, there's basically 500 plus kids in the upper school. We made athletics optional this fall, and we had over 240 still participate throughout the fall. So it shows the enthusiasm the kids have and what we want to build and have a great experience for all levels of athletes when they enroll at Thayer. Finally, I'd just like to touch base on, I'm a parent as well, so I've experienced it on that end. My daughter's graduated from Thayer a couple of years ago, and the one thing I'd say is she's now playing lacrosse at the collegiate level, and I think a lot of the panelists will probably agree with this, but I can't tell you how grateful I am to Thayer, how well prepared she was. Number one, on the academic side, that she found the transition as a freshman very easy. She was very comfortable in what she was doing, really thriving academically, and also in lacrosse, maybe thanks to Annie Zukowskis, and Liz, but Bruno, I'll give them credit. But they got her prepared very well to compete at the collegiate level. And she actually found at times practices a little bit, easier than they were there. But so I can't thank them enough and thank the school enough for that. And I'll tell you, you get unbelievable support as a parent through the advisor system, through college counseling. We're running an athletic recruit seminar tomorrow morning for our parents and kids. So there's just so much support that allows the kids to be prepared to get through Thayer and then be prepared to thrive at the next level. And my son's doing great. He's a senior. Disappointing missed football season, but he's plays baseball, and he's committed to go on and play baseball at the next level. And hopefully we're back at it in the spring for him. But again, same situation. Loves the school, great support, great advisor, and it's going to be disappointing to see him go as well. But then I'll be at Thayer all alone, just with hopefully you new guys coming to school, and I look forward to working with you all down the road. So again, feel free anytime to reach out with any questions. Like I said, we're very excited about the program. We just want this COVID thing to move on so we can get back to our normal operations and get to see these kids to perform at their highest levels. Thanks again. And I want to now move this over to the coaches panel. And what they're going to discuss is what empowers them to do such a great job as a coach at Thayer Academy. So thank you and enjoy the rest of the webinar.
Awesome. Thank you, Rick. And thank you, everyone, and good evening. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Brandon Odom, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions. I'm an Assistant Upper School Dean of Students, and I'm also the head varsity boys basketball coach. And tonight, I want to answer that question for you all, how Thayer really empowers me as a coach. And I'd say first and foremost, really empowers me as a leader. Leader of a program that I was fortunate to play in and be a part of. As you can see there, I'm a graduate of the class of 2004. And Thayer has really supported me as a coach and really my leadership style and taking over the program. In my 6th year, I'm heading into my 6th year this year, I've had the fortunate pleasure of coaching really some really talented and awesome young men in my time. 2 of whom you'll hear from later on in the program, but really just having that opportunity to lead as I see fit. And one of the things that really pushes me and allows my purpose as a coach is being able to teach life lessons through the game of basketball. And having Thayer support me in that endeavor means a lot. So we have, student athletes who go on and play at the next level, and some of the things that we're learning in our program, about accountability and work ethic and mental toughness, and competitive drive and what it means to compete. These are things that are very conducive to the game and the game of basketball, but these are also skills that our student athletes will be able to use, throughout their lives, beyond the court and into their career. And you're asking me how I know, because those are the things that were given to me as a student athlete in my time at Thayer. All those skill sets that I need each and every day to perform in my job. Another thing I would say is that, what's big for us is development, and I think, Thayer really takes pride in the development process, which is why you'll hear about, our middle school program and the high school program and the different levels that we have. It's not rare, to see me at JV practices or thirds practices if we have the numbers for that. And the reason being is, or in middle school practice as well. And the reason being is that, we're always looking to develop, students and student athletes who want to play at that next level. If it's varsity, great. If it's JV, great. We're always looking for ways to improve our student athletes. And those are the things that really drive, my coaching, and, Thayer really empowers me to do those things. Lastly, I'd like to say just the traditions that I really enjoy. One in particular, Friday night, Friday night games, blackout games, 7 p.m. prime time. Student section, really rowdy, respectful but rowdy. That's the atmosphere that we know our guys enjoy, and I know I enjoyed it as a player, but as a coach, those same feelings really exist, out there. And that's really, there's more that I could say, but in the interest of time, I want to pass it over. But if you really want to talk more basketball philosophy and get a sense more about the basketball program, I'd love to hear from you, later on after the program. But I'm going to kick it over to my good friend and colleague, Coach Rubior, and he'll give you his perspective on how Thayer empowers him.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Ben Rubior. I also work in admissions as an associate director of admissions. I'm the head boys varsity lacrosse coach, and in the summers, I'm the head coach in professional lacrosse for the Atlas Lacrosse Club. I think one thing I really love about coaching is the fact that sports offers us a way to connect with these kids. And I think through that connection, we're able to impact them in a number of different ways. And one thing that I've loved, especially at Thayer, is the fact that it becomes as much a mentorship as it does just a coach. And as I kind of think about our program and sports in general, and I love that our kids are encouraged to play and, asked to play more than one sport, is what I love about it is it's the same skills that make you a good person and a good student that I think translate to the field. And what I mean by that is you got hard work and accountability and selflessness. And especially as I think about a time like this, when it's our off season, I love that the kids, and we ask the kids to practice those skills, whether it's in class, whether it's interacting with friends, whether it's being with their families, is to practice those skills. Because if they practice those skills, I think that it makes our job a lot easier when it comes to spring and our season actually happens. My philosophy is pretty simple. It's that good people make good teammates, and good teammates make good teams. And as I think about kind of our program in general, I don't want it to be a collection of individual teams. And Brandon spoke to this a little bit. I want to build the foundation. And I do think that foundation starts at the middle school. And I know I do this, and I know other varsity coaches do this, but 2 or 3 times a week, I try to go out to a middle school practice to work with those kids, to keep the terminology similar between middle school and high school, to make sure that we're doing similar things, X's and O's, Y's, so that they are prepared as they come to high school and they don't have to learn a completely new set of ideas. That also translates to the JV. So the way that we kind of structure it, and I love that Rick has us do this, is our JV and our varsity practice on the same field. We do a number of drills together. We also do drills separately, but we're working on the same things. And they've made a great effort in the athletic department, and it's really helped me. This is my 3rd year at Thayer. As I wanted to get to know the kids, and I wanted to help the entire program progress. And what they did was simple: was instead of the JV playing at home and the varsity playing away, Rick really did a nice job of stacking our games. And all that means is varsity would play first and JV would play second. And what I loved about it was I was able to be the head coach on varsity and then quickly transition and be an assistant coach for the JV games. So every single game that I've coached at Thayer, I've coached a varsity game and then a JV game. And I think it just adds some consistency that helps the entire program grow and certainly benefits us at a varsity level. Now, how does this translate? One thing that I do also love is that it's a partnership. It's a partnership between the coaches and the teachers. It's also a partnership with the coaches and college counseling. So when I showed up, and specifically in my program, we had one senior who was going off to play college lacrosse. In my second year, we had 2 seniors going off to play college lacrosse. And this year we have 5 seniors going off to play college lacrosse. And what I love about it is I'm not necessarily great with the logistical or the nitty-gritty of getting kids eligible to play and go off to college, but I do feel like I'm pretty good at the recruiting side of things. So that partnership has been really beneficial to me, and I think it's helped our program kind of grow in the right direction. You'll get to hear from one of the kids in a little bit, CJ Montorio. He's going off to play at West Point, so he'll be on the field for Army, and I'm extremely proud of him. But I will say, in summary, I want our kids to be true student athletes, not to just be great athletes. I want them to be great students and great athletes. And I think those two things complement each other. And I think if we do the right things, I think we'll win plenty of games. So with that, I'll pass it over to Coach Boyle.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Kathleen Boyle. I am the new field hockey coach at Thayer, and I am so fired up to have the chance to talk to all of you tonight about what an incredible place Thayer is. I actually am very similar to where you guys are right now. I was going through the process of exploring the fit for myself as a coach at Thayer in the last 6 months. So, I had spoken with Rick about the opportunity, and much like you guys, was looking at the school as a great potential fit for myself. So what I can tell you is the criteria that I went through and coming at it was, of course, who isn't immediately drawn to the unbelievable facilities. So, you have state-of-the-art Thayer Sports Center, you have turf facilities, you have strength and conditioning, you have an amazing team with Rick at the helm, you have an amazing group at admissions. So from the outside, that was my first initial draw. And what I can say is that now having, 2 or 3 months on the inside, what speaks so much to me and what is Thayer is its community. And it's, at the core of that, and what I've been exposed to the most in the last few months truly is the student athlete. And, on outside of Thayer, I coach a field hockey club. So I have the opportunity to interact with a lot of different types of student athletes from a range of schools, both public and private. And I have been blown away by the genuine type of individual that these student athletes are. So come September, this year, I had the chance to meet over 60 new student athletes from the middle school through our high school program. As many of the other coaches had mentioned, we do have a very collaborative approach to what we're doing as a program. So our assistant varsity coach was actually the middle school coach. We're teaching the same types of curriculum, all the fundamentals, the jargon is the same, obviously just tiered towards the different level. And we approach it as, one big happy family, and being able to say, hey, to that 8th grade student athlete, we're looking ahead to you as, a future core component of this varsity program. These kids during a pandemic would show up every day, ready to work, ready to give everything that they had. And as a coach, in terms of to answer the true question of what empowers me, is really to look those kids in the eyes because of who they are and because of what they give every day, to give them back everything that I have, because they certainly, the way they carry themselves and what they want out of the program, truly deserves that. So if you have any questions about field hockey, I would love to hear from you. It was an incredible season despite the challenges that the pandemic brought. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for bringing me on board. And we have a lot of exciting things in the world of field hockey ahead.
Okay, I'm Jeff Brown. I'm head of Fine and Performing Arts here at Thayer. I'm the head girls track and field coach and cross country coach. I also work with the middle school as an assistant coach, helping out wherever I can there. Things that empower, that word got tossed out there. And as I look at my career at this point, training athletes that want to work really hard and are motivated to achieve the highest level they can is something that really motivates me to come to work every day and work hard. Track and field is one of those new sports. You know, it opens up pretty much as a freshman high school. 99% of my athletes haven't done it before. So there needs to be a willingness to try new things and to be brave in that respect. And fortunately here at Thayer, we have a lot of those people. There's two of them you're going to hear from on the next panels, one a current student, one a former student. And I just want to give a shout out and highlight some of their accomplishments, because I think they'll be too humble to do that. So I'll just take a minute to do that. You'll hear from Caitlin Fitzgerald, current junior at Thayer. She came into the upper school and tried cross country and track and field and turned into an elite runner, all league in cross country, and led her team to the New England and ISL championships. And in track and field last year was the #1 rated 400-meter runner in the league. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for her that she has a great season this year, and that we have a season in the spring. Either way, she's going to be recruited in college for colleges as that comes along for her. The other one is an alum, Cassie Kearney. She's the most decorated runner ever in the history of Thayer. She came up for cross country to get in shape for basketball and ended up being a phenomenal runner. She was a 3-time ISL MVP in both track and field and cross country. She's a 3-time Boston Globe All-Scholastic. She's a Patriot Ledger Runner of the Year as a junior, and she was the Patriot Ledger Athlete of the Year as a senior. She's now a 3-time NCAA All-American and would be 5 if we hadn't lost the spring and the fall. So they're just both great examples of kids that worked hard, tried new things, and accomplished great things. For me as a coach, my philosophy is pretty simple. Work hard, work smart, and work together. We focus on what we can control. We train in a reasonable progression. There's no yelling or intimidation in our program. We want to reinforce the positives all the time, getting them to think of what's coming next. We'll work on what we need to work on with them, but we want them knowing what's coming up and focusing on what they can control. And also doing a lot of research as coaches. We need to do that. It's a good formula for success that we found. Our girls track and field program has won the ISL and New England Championship 22 years in a row. Our girls cross country team now in the last 6 years has won 5 New England championships and 3 ISLs. So the concept of this working together that you've heard from other coaches spills over to me as well. And I won't repeat all the things that they said, but I will say though, and a shout out to Rick Forrestaire, our AD. I've worked for 42 years as a coach, and he's the most supportive AD I've ever worked for. He truly cares about all the kids in this school and all the athletes in the school. I can't say enough about that. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor to work with him and an honor to work for Thayer Academy. So if you have any questions about track and field or cross country and you want to shoot me an email or contact me later, I'd be happy to do that. And thank you all for coming tonight. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Great. Okay, well, thank you so much to our coaches with us tonight. It was a perfect lead-in, hearing you speak to our current athletes and what they bring to us every day. It truly is a privilege, and it's an amazing job to coach varsity sports, to coach at Thayer Academy. So we're going to move on now, and we're going to hear from some of our members of our current student athlete panel that are excited to really share their experiences as student athletes at TA. So let's begin, current student athlete panel, with introducing yourself. And if you could please also share with our audience a way in which Thayer has both contributed to your athletic success and enhanced your overall success as a student athlete. And we'll start with Michaela.
Hi everyone, I'm Michaela Kitchen. I'm from Randolph. I'm currently a senior at Thayer, but I came in the 6th grade. I am president of the Homeless Empowerment Club and Special Olympics, and I'm also captain of the varsity soccer and lacrosse team. And next year I'll be going to Georgetown University to be playing lacrosse. I think that the biggest way that Thayer has strengthened me as a student athlete is by allowing me to do more than just athletics. The way the schedule is built, our club and activity period is throughout the day, so it doesn't overlap with my practices. So as I mentioned, I'm currently running 2 clubs, and I never have to choose between attending a meeting and going to practice because the schedule allows me to do both. Continuing off of that, the schedule also gives us free periods to work on homework and meet with teachers. As an athlete, that's very helpful that I don't have to go home and have 5 hours of homework to do, and that I never have to miss practice to meet with a teacher. And in the very few times when I do have to meet with a teacher during practice, our coaches are always very understanding. They know that academics come first, and a lot of our coaches are actually teachers themselves. So they understand the importance of getting our homework done and meeting with teachers because they know that academics are more important than sports. So I think that overall, Thayer has just enabled me to branch out and do more than just athletics, and that the schedule allows me to do more than that.
Excellent. Thank you, Michaela. CJ?
Good evening, everyone. My name is CJ Montorio. I'm from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and I'm currently a senior. Next year, like Coach Rubier said, I'll be attending Army West Point and playing lacrosse. I came to Thayer my sophomore year, and that sophomore year I tried out for varsity hockey and lacrosse. Unfortunately, I made both, and I was named captain of the lacrosse team my junior and senior year. So there's so many ways that Thayer has helped me become successful, obviously as a student athlete, but I think something that definitely comes to mind first and foremost is just like my teammates and like the culture of Thayer athletics. Everyone involved with the Thayer athletics is very supportive of each other. I have great relationships with all my teammates. Obviously, I've made some very, very important relationships. Coaches, like Coach Rubier said, he's very passionate, powerful, and he's helped me along the way. And obviously the trainers as well. I think it's very special every time before a game on Friday or Wednesdays. We'll go into the training room. A lot of the guys will be in there getting taped up, iced up, riding the bike, getting ready to perform and compete. And it's just great. You don't have to be. I'm obviously on the hockey team in the winter and in the spring lacrosse, but I talk to all the football guys on the fall if I'm getting stretched out by one of the trainers or riding the bike before a lacrosse game. It's just, I've made so many friends, and I'll definitely miss that going off to college. What else? So yeah, that's about it.
That's great. Thank you, CJ. Marvin?
Hi, my name is Marvin. I'm from Brockton, and I'm currently a junior. I think the best grade at Thayer right now, but debatable. But I came in as a freshman, and I'm currently co-chair of the BS Black Student Union at Thayer, and I'm community outreach for Omega, a diversity club, and I'm the president of the culinary club at Thayer as well. I'm a two-sport athlete. I play varsity basketball, and I do track and field as well. And for me, when I think of Thayer, I think one of the first things that comes to mind is community, because the support from everyone is amazing with academics and sports. From the homecoming games to the blackout games, there's always people there to support you. And there's school-wide support, and the teachers are always there asking like how you did in the games, how you played, like what was the result of the game, like what was the score, like who did this, who did that. And it just makes you feel like you really have that support, you really have that commitment from everyone around you. And you see them at the game sometimes with their families as well. It's like they're really spending their time with their family at your game. It just makes you feel like they respect and love your commitment to them and to yourself as well. So, and if they miss the game, they're always like asking you, they always want to know like, okay, what happened? Like, tell me every single little detail. And it's really fun, like knowing those teachers are always there for you. And for me, I think the most important thing about the teacher support is they're going beyond the classroom and always being there for you for activities around there and beyond there. So.
Excellent. Thank you, Marvin. Caroline?
Hi, I'm Caroline Kendall. I live in Westwood. I'm a current junior, and I play varsity basketball, soccer, and lacrosse. And I just recently committed to Dartmouth College for lacrosse, which I'm really excited about. So while I was getting recruited, Thayer reached out to me with a great support team, and it really helped me organize all of the details and stay calm about the whole process. And obviously, recruiting is very difficult and overwhelming for students, but the support that I got from my advisor, Miss Taylor, and my college counselor, Miss Woods, was really helpful for me personally. Like for example, this year after I committed to Dartmouth, I felt like it was best for me to drop out of my honors Spanish class, and this was problematic because Dartmouth saw my grades in classes prior to committing me, so that was like a part of the reason that they committed me, that going in knowing my grades and everything. So I was nervous that if I made the switch, Dartmouth wouldn't be happy that I was dropping the class and it would affect my recruitment. But thankfully, my advisor, my college counselor, my teachers, my Dartmouth coach, and I all exchanged tons of emails. There were probably like 30. And I got to take the class that was right for me and I felt most comfortable doing with the help of everyone through Thayer and that whole support team. And I don't think I would have been able to navigate that myself. So I'm really thankful for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Caroline. Caitlin.
My name is Caitlin Fitzgerald. I'm a current junior. I'm from South Boston, and I play basketball and I run track and cross country, like Mr. Brown mentioned, and I'm the captain, one of the captains of cross country. I came to Thayer in 7th grade, like playing or looking to play basketball and lacrosse, and I ran cross country in 8th grade, like just because I needed to fill the sport requirement. And Mr. Brown came out to one of the practices like a couple of times a week and recognized my potential as a runner. And he really like pushed me to like, not push me, but he urged me to try running freshman year. And I've been on varsity since freshman year for cross country. And I ran top 3. And my sophomore year last year, we won the ISL and New England championships. And I think that having that help, like Mr. Brown, I wouldn't have like made those decisions myself, like because he's an expert in that field. And I think that really helped me. And I think that he mentioned that I'm gonna look to play or look to run in college, I never would have made those decisions for myself. And I really am grateful for the support of him and all my teachers.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Okay, so now we are going to continue on. I would now like to turn the program over to our Associate Director of Athletics, Brad Peterson, and our alumni panel members.
Hi, everyone. As Rick Forrestaire said earlier, I'm coming to you live from the rink side of our Thayer Sports Center. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Brad Peterson. I graduated from Thayer in 2011. I'm originally from Brockton, Mass, and currently I live in Charlestown. I attended both the middle school and the upper school, and to this day, it might be a little embarrassing, I still rave about my years at Thayer. I've been the assistant athletic director and have been coaching hockey and baseball for almost 3 years now, and it's been very rewarding for me to be on the administrative side of the student athlete experience. Without boring you with my roles and responsibilities, it can really just be summed up into one goal, and that's just to give everything I can to maximize the experience of our current student athletes. And tonight, I'm lucky enough to be joined by a great panel of some outstanding recent top Tigers who lived through the student athlete experience at Thayer and are currently competing at the college level. So alums, if you could each introduce yourselves and just tell us how Thayer has impacted your life as a college athlete. So let's start with Aiden. Go ahead, Aiden.
Hi guys, my name is Aiden McDonough. I'm from Milton, Massachusetts. I came to Thayer as a freshman. I graduated in 2018. At Thayer, I played hockey and baseball. Now I play hockey at Northeastern University. I'm a sophomore. After Thayer, I went on to play junior hockey for a year in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then I was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks after that year. Now I'm a sophomore at school. Probably the biggest way that Thayer has impacted my life as a college athlete would probably just be getting me ready. I think, almost every year when I was on the hockey team, we had at least 5 to 10 college commitments on my team. So being able to practice, compete against high-end every single day, and being coached by Tony Monty, who's arguably one of the best American players in history, and just kind of competing with everyone, it really prepares you for college. I know when I got here, my college coaches had trust in me because I played under a great coach and such a great program. Also, I think the biggest thing is the schedule at Thayer is very similar to my college schedule. I wake up, go to class, then practice around 2 or 3 o'clock, and then go to study hall and do the rest after that. That's very similar to mine when I was at Thayer. Also, just the community. I think I go to a really big school at Northeastern. Thayer is obviously a lot smaller, but I think being able to network yourself with people and kind of interact with people within the community has helped me a lot in college. So that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Aiden. Let's go to Liv.
Hi, I'm Olivia Kelly. I'm from Pembroke, Mass, and I graduated from Thayer this past spring. I'm currently a freshman at the University of New Hampshire, and I'm a biomedical science major. At Thayer, I was a tri-sport athlete. I was the varsity soccer and basketball captain, and I competed on the track and field team. And I'm currently a member of the UNH women's soccer team. And so I think as a Division I athlete, like every day we have a very busy schedule going between classes, practices, lifts, and more. And I think one of the biggest aspects of being successful at the college level is how well you manage your time. And I think Thayer gave me the unique opportunity to be successful both in the classroom and on the field. And now as a freshman, I've been able to smoothly adjust to a very busy schedule. At Thayer, everyone in the community really wants you to be a part of more than just one thing. And in doing so, they teach you how to manage your time well. Overall, I'd say just the community at Thayer is something that not necessarily I miss, but I value I had during my high school years. Not only did I form valuable relationships with coaches, teachers, teammates while I was at Thayer, but I think now in college, these teachers are still reaching out and I'm wanting to reach out to them. And I think the relationships that I formed at Thayer will last me a lifetime.
Awesome. Thanks, Liv. Let's go over to Kyle.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kyle Peterson. I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts. I graduated in 2016 from Thayer Academy. At Thayer, I played hockey and baseball. I was captain of the baseball team my junior and senior year, which was an absolute honor. Great program run by Coach Rick Forrestaire. Right now, I'm currently an outfielder on the Northeastern University baseball team. I see Aiden McDonough every once in a while. It's a pleasure. I'm studying business with a concentration in marketing and a minor in communications. And Thayer has had a huge impact on my life, especially as a Division I student athlete. Similar to what people have said prior, college athletics is just like high school athletics in terms of, it's really upon yourself to really excel, and Thayer provides you a great environment to do so. As Coach Rick Forrestier mentioned earlier, the great facilities that Thayer's added in recent years has left Thayer with no excuses to succeed. Honestly, the great rink that they built, I was over there last summer, and it's really a great thing to see the program and the school develop. The athletic department is going in a great direction. Definitely the winning culture. Aiden mentioned it earlier, and Tony and Monty and was my hockey coach there, and assistant coaches there as well, and the baseball coach, Coach Rick Forrestier. They really want to win, and you don't really get that at a lot of high school levels, and that's something that's really translated to my college experience too. Because when you get to college, it's all about winning and knowing how to handle that environment, and being able to take advantage of all the resources is something that has translated well to my experience at Northeastern.
Awesome. Thanks, Kyle. Let's go to Cassie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for attending, and I'm so excited to be able to share about my experience at Thayer. My name is Cassie Kearney, and I'm from Rockland, Mass, and I was a 2018 graduate from Thayer, and I was on the varsity cross-country, basketball, and track and field teams. And I'm currently a junior at Middlebury College, which is crazy. I swear college flies by a lot faster than even high school does. And I'm majoring in psychology and minoring in global health and Spanish. And I guess when reflecting on my time at Thayer, I just feel immensely grateful for how the school pushed me out of my comfort zone, not only in the classroom, but also on the court and the course and the track by my teachers and my coaches. And I gained so much confidence and grew so much as a student and as an athlete, because Thayer has so many opportunities to allow you to grow and reach your potential in ways that you really don't think you'll be able to. And now at Middlebury, I can definitely recognize how Thayer's mark has allowed me to be more successful in a more competitive environment and a student body in which everyone is equally talented, smart, passionate, and athletic. And Thayer really showed me the importance of taking risks and putting myself out there. And so, yeah, I can definitely say that I learned how to be more collaborative, selfless, and open-minded as both a student and a teammate. And I can't be more thankful for my experience at Thayer.
Thanks, Cassie. Let's go to Jordan.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Jordan Melecon. I'm from Sharon, Mass. I graduated Thayer in 2017, and I played basketball, and I was the ball boy for the soccer team for a while, so I'm pretty talented. I'm currently at Bentley University. I'm a senior, and I'm majoring in marketing and a minor in sociology. In terms of how Thayer has impacted me as a college athlete, a few things come to mind. One, or a few that Bio or Coach, I can call him Bio now, but that Coach Brandon said earlier, kind of the principles that he runs his program on are, accountability, discipline, hard work. Those things kind of stay pretty much steady in most college programs if you want to be successful. So that obviously has helped. But more off the court, I think the way that Thayer helped me realize that I'm obviously like more than an athlete, and I'm, expanding my horizons off the court, building relationship with a lot of different people, but mostly just making connections with people that are kind of unlike me. And I really value that at Thayer, and I've really taken that to Bentley as well with a team that's not really alike at all. I'm the only Massachusetts kid, so from different parts of the country, from different parts of the world, it's really helped me be more of a diverse person.
Awesome. Thanks, Jordan. Let's go to Ivy.
Hi, everyone. My name's Ivy Arlia. I'm originally from Plymouth, Massachusetts. At Thayer, I was a 3-sport athlete. I played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, and captained the soccer and lacrosse teams my senior year. Graduated back in 2015. I think I'm probably the oldest one in the panel so far, at least. So I actually graduated from Northwestern University in Chicago back in 2019 with a bachelor's in learning and organizational change, and then actually went back to get my master's in management studies to compete for my 5th year of lacrosse. I have a lot of memories when I think to playing 5 years of D1 lacrosse, but I think the top one is probably winning the Big Ten championship back in 2019. So gives me an excuse to kind of show off my ring. So I don't pull it off very often. And I think when it comes to Thayer, I think it's definitely greatly impacted my college career. I was able to go in, have great time management skills, be able to balance kind of the classroom on and off the field, was able to develop relationships with my coaches, my teammates and stuff like that. And I also think, Thayer is just a community. It's a legacy. Everything kind of leads back to Thayer. I played for Annie in the lacrosse program, and I played for her best friend, Kelly Montohiller, who also went to Thayer. And there's just a legacy there. Kelly's taken many people from Thayer to play for her at Northwestern. Dylan, who just graduated recently, she played with me at Thayer and then at Northwestern. So it's just a really great family feel, and I feel grateful to have been a part of it.
Awesome. Thanks, Ivy. And last but not least, let's go to Tommy.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm Tommy Gaffey. I graduated there in 2020 with Liv. I'm from Situate, Mass, but I'm currently a freshman on the UNC cross country and track teams. I was a cross country and track athlete at Thayer as a captain for both teams. But how Thayer has impacted me as a college athlete is second to none. I am a athlete second to academics, but one thing that my coach always tells me when and the other guys on the team is that good athletes are good students first, and if you're not that type of student, then we don't want you. And that's the type of mentality Thayer preaches every day, and it's kind of shaped how I am as a person now, just like some of the coaches were saying. And I'm grateful to be a Thayer alum, and I definitely missed having a senior season this past spring. It was definitely something I was looking forward to, and it was just such an honor to be a Thayer athlete. I'm jealous for all you families coming in soon, but thanks for coming, and I hope you guys are enjoying the panel.
Awesome. Thanks, Tommy. We're going to get into a rapid fire question round with you guys, but I want to pass it over to Annie real quick.
Okay, so thank you, alums. This is so exciting for us just to have you back with us. But for our current student panel and our alums, Brad and I are going to kind of blast through some quick rapid fire questions, take the alums back, and also let our current students feel those feelings that we've been dying to experience through these more difficult times. So we'll start with our current student athlete panel, and we'll go in the order that we went in, starting with Michaela. Can you share a highlight or an outstanding TA sports moment or memory with our audience? Go.
I would say that a highlight of my Thayer sports career would be my freshman year when the soccer team won the New England Championship. It was the first New England Championship in the school's history. And to even be on the team as a freshman was a huge honor. And knowing that I was a part of a team that made such a big impact on their history was a really incredible feeling.
Thanks, Michaela. Marvin.
I'll take it.
Sorry,
CJ
actually,
can
let's
take
go
it right
CJ. Let's go CJ. CJ.
I know Marvin can't wait to share his memory, but there are so many memories. I think one that first comes to mind is just Thayer hockey team. We participated in an annual game. It's called the Valcenti Cup, and this year, or the past year, obviously in the new rink, and sadly after Coach Valcenti's passing, we beat St. Sebastian's 4-1, which was a great feeling. The rink was packed. Like Coach Odom said, rowdy but respectful fan appearance, and I think that was definitely my best memory.
Thanks, CJ. Marvin.
My best memory is from I think I'm gonna do one for each sport. So last season we beat three of the teams that made the NEPSAC Class A tournament, and we weren't able to make the playoffs, but that was, I think, a big accomplishment for us, moving in the right direction, I believe. And for track, I think was freshman year when we won the New England's after a 14-year drought, which is just 2 years under my age. So it was really, really fun. I'll say that.
Excellent. Caroline.
So I was gonna touch on a little bit the ISL championship that we won our freshman year, or my freshman year against Brooks. It was a great game. Everyone was so excited. There's a big trophy everyone was fighting over, and everyone ran on the field. It was so much fun, but also everyone's kind of touching on big games and moments like that. I also wanted to highlight just the team culture too. Before games, a main highlight for me was, especially my freshman year, when I was scared of the big seniors and all of that, when we would go in before games and everyone would just be dancing and singing their heads off like crazy, and it would just be so much fun. Everyone's standing on the lockers, which we probably shouldn't do. And the coaches walk in and they're taking videos of us all hand in hand. It's just such a great feeling, getting pumped for the game. I have to say that's probably one of my favorite highlights, and it's not even just once, it's before every game. So
Thanks, Caroline. Caitlin.
I think that my favorite memory would be last year winning the ISL in New England's, and we beat the #1 seed when we won New England's. And so hearing number 2 not be us, everyone's face just was wait. And then they say #1, they say Thayer Academy, everybody jumps out of their seats. Everybody's so excited. Mr. Brown already knew, but everybody was so shocked, and it was so exciting to see everyone like that. That was a really great moment.
Excellent. Brad, do you want to take it over and hear from some alums?
All right, I'm still on mute. I like that question, Annie. I'm going to steal it from my alums as well. So we'll go start with Aiden. So Aiden, what was your favorite Thayer sports memory?
Mine would have to be my sophomore year in 2016, winning the ISL championship and New England championship with Kyle. Also winning 4 Valicenti Cups, beating St. Sebastian's every year. 2 of my roommates actually now played at St. Sebastian's, so it's good to kind of rip them about that and kind of rub that in their face. So
I like that. Olivia, what do you think?
To piggyback off Michaela, I don't know that I can pick, but either winning the school's first ever NEPSAC championship or bringing it home senior year and winning the school's first ever ISL championship for soccer.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Kyle, what do you think?
Aiden stole mine, but I'll pick another one because I have plenty. I think my sophomore year hockey team was a great experience. We made it to the Elite Eight that year, which is an extreme honor. We had so many great players, including Adam Gaudette, who's currently in the NHL. He went to Northeastern right now, so I think Aiden's on his track there. But yeah, it was just overall great experience. So many great college athletes in that group, and even some professionals, and obviously Tony and Monty being there created a great environment. And you guys have that great rink now, so I wish I got to play there, but happy to see the programs getting better each and every year.
Awesome. What about you, Cassie?
There's so many to choose from for me as well, but I think mine would probably be my senior year. For cross country, we won the New England championship at Berkshire School, and it was like 25 degrees out, freezing, and this course was known to have like this huge hill called Cardiac Crest or something. I'm not sure what it was called, but every girl like crushed it and had their best race of the season, and it was also my last cross country race of my high school career, so that was really special for me too.
Awesome. What about you, Jordan?
Mine would have to be, I think, my junior year. We beat Milton Academy at their place, and it wasn't even the game that did it for me. It was Coach Odom coming in. He came in dugging in the locker room afterwards, and there was music playing. It was fun, but that's probably the memory I remember the most.
Awesome. What about you, Ivy?
Not to repeat kind of what everybody else is saying, but my freshman year, we won ISLs for lacrosse, and it's something I'll never forget. Everybody was running around hugging each other, and we had a pig pile at the end, so definitely unforgettable there.
Awesome. And Tommy?
Mine was definitely winning the NEPSA championship my junior year. Marvin was on the same team, and it came down to the 4x4, which Marvin and I were both a part of. It was just such a cool moment and such an honor to break a dry spell like that and win that championship.
Perfect. And one more question for you guys. Now this is just a general question. So in general, what do you miss most about Thayer? We'll start with Aiden again.
Yeah, I think just the whole community, the friends and the friendships and the relationship with staff. I know that I have a bunch of group chats from guys that played hockey and guys that didn't, just regular students and baseball players that we still talk all the time, weekly about what's going on in our lives, and those friendships all came from Thayer. So that's probably the biggest thing that I miss, and also snack time at Thayer. I used to be one of the speed walkers trying to get to snack early out of a meeting, so I miss that as well.
Can't argue with that, Aiden. What about you, Liv?
I think going off of what Aiden mentioned about just like the community, I think maybe COVID has to do with this, but there's no like relationships being built with teachers in college right now. And I think I miss just being able to like have conversations about more than just like academics with my teachers. And so just the relationships formed at Thayer, I miss that.
Awesome. Kyle?
Yeah, I'll hop on that too. The relationship I built with the teachers at Thayer was great. One particular with Miss Clifford. She went to, I think, every single home hockey game that we had, which was extremely impressive. She was a really loyal fan, and she was always asking what was going on in our lives, and she really cared about us. And something you don't get at the college experience, but really getting to know your professors and having that one-on-one time, as Olivia had mentioned, is extremely valuable, and I miss it a lot.
Sure. Thanks, Kyle. What about you, Cassie?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of the same. I really miss those close connections with teachers that you can't really form as much in college. And I feel like at Thayer, teachers are so involved in the school community, whether it's being the head of a club or of a department or a teacher in a class and a coach on the field. And so I really value those relationships, and I still talk to a lot of my teachers and coaches today. And I still keep in close touch with Mr. Brown, and I'm so grateful for him. And he was like an advisor to me, not just a coach. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Cassie. And what about you, Jordan?
I would definitely reiterate what all they said. The relationships are just very unique with the teachers. They're really involved. They really care. Obviously, a few in particular. The coach is the same way, but shout out Miss Welch. I hope she's on here. And then secondly, just the friends, the relationships we build with the friends and students. Those high school years are really formative years, and kind of finding out who you are. And the fact that you're with those kids for 4 years is pretty special.
I agree, Jordan. Thanks. What about you, Ivy?
I think when I think back to sports, I would say Friday night dinners. Every Friday, all seasons that I was a part of, we'd go to a teammate's house and have a home cooked meal or a catered meal, or even just like go out to dinner together. And those are some of my favorite memories, just outside of the classroom, off the field, just kind of that team bonding aspect. And then I have to agree with everybody else. Those relationships with coaches. I mean, even now I still talk with Annie and Liz. When I was back at Thayer, I would walk by the admissions office, pop in, we talk lacrosse, we talk life. So it's definitely unique.
Awesome. And Tommy, what do you think?
I definitely miss like the friendships and things like that. I definitely realized how much that meant missing out on it senior spring. And it's just been there's some relationships you can't make that are similar to the ones in high school, and realizing that now as a freshman. And the relationships out there are pretty special. And I just definitely will be grateful for them the rest of my life. And I miss them a lot.
Sure. Awesome. Well, that concludes our alumni segment. So thank you, Aiden, Liv, Kyle, Cassie, Jordan, Ivy, Tommy, for being here tonight. We appreciate everything you had to share, and I'll pass it back over to Annie.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Thank you, Mr. Forrestaire. Also, thank you to all of our panel members. This evening has been so special, and we hope that you as our audience really truly got a feel for, a deeper, more personal look at their athletics. I just want to quickly wrap up by sharing with everybody that's looking into the admissions process some key next steps and upcoming event details. Ms. Bruno, can we perfect. So you'll see here that if you just want to screenshot this for those of you working through the admissions process, this is helpful. Just a good resource for you to see key upcoming events that we have happening through admissions. Also, if you have more detailed questions specific to athletics, always feel free to reach out to Rick Forrestaire, Brad Peterson, or if you have specific sports questions, all of our coaches, we have 150 coaches at Thayer Academy. All of our coaches can be found on our website, so please do not hesitate to shoot a coach an email, to touch base, to connect, to ask more, to find out more. They are excited to hear from you. These are very different times, and we want everyone to know that how available we are. And lastly, I would just like to remind everybody going through the admissions process to, give a call, set up interviews, get that process rolling. This is a different 2021 admissions season, but we're here for you. And while it's different, we are really working hard to make it as close to Thayer as possible. We're excited to meet you live through Zoom, and we just really appreciate you being with us tonight. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to our current student athletes, to our amazing alumni for giving us your time tonight. You are, there are no words. You're amazing. And it's just so great to see everybody. And yeah, be in touch and go Tigers. Thank you so much.